I'm Indra Tan from PG14 and this is my Lab 3 Exercise 3. So now over here is my GVL, which is the components that I'll be having inside my design and programming exercise. I have my start button, stop button, emergency stop button. For my output, I'll have my heater 1, 2, and 3. These are all digital devices and they are all set under Boolean. For my analog devices, for the input, I have temperature sensor, and for the output, I have a motor control. And this is set under integer. For my scaling for AI, this is for the analog input formula to calculate the engineering value. I'll have my sensor max value, subtracting the sensor mean value. Subsequently, I'll use the outcome from here and multiply with the sensor in value, which is the analog input raw. Afterwards, after getting the result here, I will divide it with 23767 and subsequently the outcome from here, I will add it up with the sensor mean value and subsequently I will obtain my engineering value. For my scaling for analog output AO, I will be using the engineering value which I have obtained from scaling AI and minus it with the mean value. And afterwards, getting the result, I will multiply it with 32767. And afterwards, I will divide this outcome with the maximum value minus the mean value. And afterwards, I will convert the answer that I have obtained from a real value to an integer. And I have named this the scaled AO value, which is my analog output value. Okay, now I'm going to the heating process. This is my temperature sensor. My max value will be 100, which is 100 degrees Celsius. My mean value will be 0 degrees Celsius. And my end sensor, I will use it as a for my temperature sensor, which is the analog input to detect the temperature. And my engineering output value will be my temperature reading. For the motor control, I will use it for the scaling for AO. This is for analog input, this is for analog output. My engineering value would be my motor speed. My max value will be 100% of the motor speed. And mean value will be 0% of the motor speed. Whereas the scaled AO value will be my end motor. Okay, this is the process of how the entire process starts running. This is the start button, stop button, emergency stop, and process started. So it will run from the start. Once I press start, it will start running through until the coil of the process started. And subsequently, once the process starter is activated, it will run through here. And it will keep going on. And upon the process starting, heater 1 will be activated based on the condition. Condition 1 is when the temperature is less than 30 degrees Celsius. Condition 2 is when the temperature is 30 to 32 degrees Celsius. Whereas condition 3 is when the temperature is more than or equal to 32. So heater 1 will be activated upon these 3, whereas heater 2 can only be activated through condition 1 and 2. And heater 3 can only be activated upon condition 1. So here is this is to define the conditions. So when the temperature reading detected is less than 30, condition 1 is activated. And the motor speed will be set to 80%. When the temperature reading is more than or equal to 30, and the temperature reading is less than and equal to 32, condition 2 will be activated. And the motor speed will be set to 50%. Whereas for condition 3, when the temperature reading is more than or equal to 32 degrees Celsius, condition 3 is activated, and the motor speed will be set to 20%. So this is how the process runs. Now, under main programming, I will put heating process so that once this is once I start, use the start button here, the heating process start running. Is to set this to start running. Okay, so now let's log in to start the simulation. Okay, as you can see here, let's say I set this prepared value to 0 first. This is the analog value. I set it to 0 and I write the value. Okay, as you can see, my temperature reading is 0. And my condition, the process has started is false. Condition 1, 2 is true. Condition 3 is false. As you can see here, this is the process. Okay, wait, let me start. Let me change this to true. I have to set the start and stop button to be true first. Yes, and then I put in the value. As you can see, this shows that the process has already started and it is already starting. You can see condition 3 is not valid. See here. Yes. So let's say if I change it to 10,000. 10,000 is equal to 30.5. So it means that this is true. It is working. As you can see, 30.5. It is more than T. So this is false. This is true. This is false. So here's the end of my explanation and demo of my lab 3 exercise 3. Thank you.